Okay, we finally got to our room. Well, actually, we'll tell you the story in a second. So you have the toilet. You have some closets here with robes and slippers. And a safe, stuff like that. An interesting mirror. Comes with a hot girl. Your sink is out here. A ladder in case you can't reach something. I think it's to hang up, and your shower is exposed.
Wow.
Well, you gotta get exposed sometimes. You have your desk and a TV.
A nice sitting area, living room.
And your bed. Oh, you want to show the teapot off?
Of course I do. Look at this.
Wow. Now the key about this is the view. It is an incredible view. But this wasn't actually our first room. Our first room, we walked into it and it was like the size of a closet. You had your bed. Right beside it was the exposed shower. The room was so small, if you had a shower, you'd steam up the whole room. And the sink was just in front of the bed. And then just a little cubby hole area for them to have a sliding door and a toilet. And it was extremely small. And it's not inexpensive here in town at all. That other one was like 120 euros, I think it was, per night. And this upgraded one, it came to 166 a night. So this is going to be on the expensive side for our trip because we didn't plan for that kind of money. But it is what it is, and we're here. It looks like a very plush, bougie city, so we'll find out. It'll be fun. Salt room. Massage room. Another massage room. Swimming pool. Degrees. Good morning. We're up here at the restaurant on the 5th floor because breakfast is included. She's gonna get a healthy bowl. I'm getting an omelet, and we have this really good view. Oh,
Sunny.
yeah, it's very sunny. Take a look at this healthy bowl. Wow.
So yummy. It's like a rainbow.
Yeah. Ooh, wonderful, thank you. All right, bon appetit. Okay, I'm gonna go for a tour of the city. This city was founded in the 15th century, so it's got a little bit of history. A little bit more than I'm used to anyway. But it is supposedly one of the most modern cities because it was mainly built up in the 20th century. And you could tell because the buildings have a lot more space. The roads are bigger and the sidewalks are actually quite large. So big difference from the smaller, thin sidewalks that we're used to in some of the older towns and cities. Very, very modern here. And we went to the Skyview restaurant yesterday and there was a wedding going on, so we couldn't eat. And the guy said to us, he was American, number one, and he's like, oh yeah, almost everybody here speaks English, which is quite a bit different for us. He said because there was like 2.5 million tourists to this city just this year, which was a record by far for them. So it has really, really built up, and you can tell because the pricing is kind of showing it. Food's still cheap, but for the most part, things have started to increase in pricing. Anyway, I'm gonna go check out that super cool church because the door is open. Let's see if they let us in. That was absolutely beautiful. The artwork in there, whew, unbelievable. I didn't want to talk in there because I didn't want to be rude or anything, disrespectful, that kind of stuff, but really, really neat. Okay, let's see what else I got. One thing you will notice about Albania, no matter where you go so far, is that the vast majority of all businesses are coffee bars. Yes, they might still sell raki, which is like moonshine, or regular alcohol beer, that kind of thing. But the vast majority of what they're selling is a coffee and a bottle of water. And it doesn't matter how many of them there are, they're mostly all full. So it's quite a bit different than many other places. And only about 20% of these places actually sell food. Last night we were wandering around trying to find some place to eat, and yeah, it was next to impossible. Because most places sell only the coffee, and people sit there for hours on end just drinking one, maybe two coffees, not very many. It's hard to believe because in North America, it's all about making as much money from each table as possible. But a coffee here is about 50 cents, a bottle of water 50 cents. So you could sit there for 2 hours and only spend $1, and nobody's questioning it or making a big deal of it or anything like that. So much different. this collapsed, clearly. Another thing they're famous for here, other than Korça beer, which is found all over the country and is brewed here, is museums. And Bianca's most favorite thing is archaeology. So they have an archaeology museum, so we're gonna go check that out this afternoon. So right by the beautiful cathedral and these other beautiful shops and restaurants. And then you just have this. And many people think, oh, that must be abandoned or something, but no, they just hang on to the property. One day it'll be worth a lot of money, and there's just nobody to force them to clean it up or do anything about it. So it'll stay like this, and one day it'll be worth a lot of money on the property, and they'll sell it or put something there. And this is our destination, Museum of Archaeology, and it looks padlocked. But there's a sign on it, some hours. It is.
To 14 and then
Oh, doesn't open till 4 p.m. until 6 p.m. So the siesta, they're closed.
it's 300 lek for
$3 to get in.
you can bring your kids in for free.
Well, you better get some kids. Huh. What time is it open in the morning? One thing I'll say is, such a beautiful place. Don't you agree?
Oh yes.
Yeah. These streets are just beautiful. Obviously part of the older part of town. But very well kept up.
Mm-hmm.
So, tell me, how do you like your steak?
Rare.
How rare?
Well, like, if it's not bleeding, then not as interested. And if it's not mooing, then I'm definitely not interested.
Do you like this place so far?
Oh,
Yeah.
even though it's like a little bit above our price range, it's still like nice. Very, very nice. I'm excited for my massage later today. Unfortunately, I can't get my nails done because the lady's sick. So that's disappointing, but
Well, if she found out she was sick the next day.
yeah, it's probably better that I'm
Right.
not getting sick and I can still
Exactly.
have a nice trip. So fingers crossed.
Yeah. And the really cool thing about here is in Saranda, beef is extremely rare. And it's all fish, and then some pork and some chicken. But here, when we found it in Saranda, it was like $45 for two of them, something like that. So basically paying American prices for Canadian prices for a steak, but you get a minuscule amount of steak. But here, it's only about $8 for a steak dinner. It comes with mashed potatoes, that kind of thing. So, wow, really shocked by this. Many more cows, though, when we were driving. So more than we saw sheep and goats, which is really rare as well. But another cool thing I never noticed I've never seen anything made in Cuba. Their silverware is made in Cuba. I've never seen that. Day 3, so we check out here today and we head to a town called Povredek. Sound right? Povredek. It's on a lake between two mountains. It's 11th largest city, town, something like that, in all of Albania, but it looks quite small. I don't know how many towns and cities are in all of Albania. Not that many, I don't think. So this morning's breakfast. Look, she's got to get that healthy bowl again.
It's so good.
Yeah, looks really good. Whew. A little bit tired too, but that's okay. And we're actually going to be able to do a little bit of shopping because they have a Jumbo there. And Jumbo is like a mix between a dollar store and a Walmart.
It's so good. It has everything.
And it's super cheap. So we're going to go see one. We haven't seen one since we were in Tirana. I guess that's it for now. Off we go. Oh wait, no. We're missing something. What we couldn't do yesterday. We're going to go to the Museum
of
Archaeology. So it'll be open this morning and then we'll head out of town. So this elevator is really crazy. If you don't have your key, you can't even go down to the lobby. And if you go into the elevator and the door closes and you don't have your key, you can't get out of the elevator. You're stuck in the elevator. I've never seen that before. Well, we arrived back here, but it is still locked. So we called the number that's on there and he said, okay, I'll come in 10 minutes, let you in. So I guess they don't get a lot of traffic here. Tourist season's kind of just ended too, though. We were just invited into this person's home for coffee right now.
While we wait.
So generous. And there's grapes growing behind me. So beautiful. So right away they have these pithos. And the interesting thing about them, and these are very old from the Illyrian, is that, I don't know if it's going to be able to be visible. Oh yeah, it's definitely visible there. And no, it's not a swastika, it has nothing to do with the Nazis. We're talking thousands of years. Like this mosaic here.
And what are these?
Were these in churches?
Yes. That's so pretty.
I think that might be the Illyrian king they're portraying there. This is year
529
that'd be 5,000.
Oh, 5,000. Look at those doors. padlock is extraordinary.
This original building was built in 1842. And then the next section was built in 1885.
And that was the first house built here. Oh, and there's his house. The gracious guy who had it.
Yes, and the person who gave us the coffee and Rocky. He lives right next door here. He didn't know any English, but we struggled through it and we got a little bit of communication going. Go in or no?
No, but it's empty.
Oh, it's empty. Okay.
It's a private house.
Oh, this is a private house now.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Oh, there's the area.
It's very pretty.
You can go upstairs.
Oh. Oh, wow. You even have a sofa so you can watch the neighbors.
Wow, look at the view from the to the church there. Right.
Well, the ceiling's coming down in here.
Even the like old wood chandelier piece, it's amazing. I don't think I've ever seen that before. Like wooden decorations.
Yeah, they wouldn't have had lights back then, so it would have been candle holders.
I think that's one of those dumbwaiters.
I don't know. Let's see if it's done. Or a closet. Alright. Well, that's pretty cool. A little bit of history, a little less architecture. Or, I mean,
I guess
What do you call it?
They were a little shorter back then as well.
well, you fit.
I can fit comfortably, but you can't.
No. That's atypical for me. Here's the well.
Jump. Oh wow.
So here's the restrooms. So it appears that this museum, that's all of it. Let's go.
There's a theater that it doesn't even have its.
Yeah.
Okay, the situation is different because there was a child foundation.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I see.
Okay, here's agricultural sites. Archaeological sites.
I want to go.
Around Korça.
All that. Looks like a crow. how far you dig, you got this kind of stuff. Like what layer, how far underground all this was found.
Right.
So basically, if you want to find this kind of stuff, you gotta dig all the way down.
Big site.
It's interesting because they'll take the pieces and anything that's missing, they'll add their own, like they'll restore it. So they add new clay so you can see how it looked when it was actually made. You can see the restored is the darker, and then the actual artifacts is the more worn.
We were explained that during communist time, culture like this was funded. Where now, when they hit the fall of communism, you're into capitalism. Well, there's not a lot of money for this stuff like this right now. It's just not a priority. It hasn't been that long. You got to keep in mind when communists fell. So, in the whole term of things or length of time that everything has been around. Oh wow. Hard to see with the glare in here. There's no plaque or anything to explain anything, but
So I'm guessing that's a woman. And then that's the man. Look how big your skulls are.
hey now. Here they have an Illyrian helmet. It doesn't say the year.
6th century.
About the 6th century?
Bakar an arkaik period.
That's amazing. Just imagine one of those spears being jabbed right into you. Whew. You'd be finished.